Hello everyone. My name is Alex, and today we're going to see something really interesting. So Curie, like a few days ago, just released this new API Spec Generator, and I am more than excited to try it out. So let's do this. So I already thought of a use case. I have this RAML specification that I have been using for other things, which is my to-do API specification, like to create to-dos, to delete, to edit, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking, because I already have it in RAML, let's move it to OAS. So if I select here OAS 3, ask a question, so you can just like directly ask any question that you want to this agent and it will generate an API spec for you. In my case, I am just going to go ahead and select this whole RAML. So I'm gonna tell it, like, take this RAML spec and create an OAS YAML spec. So I'm just gonna paste this and press enter. And this is the result that we get. It says this OAS YAML specification is valid and ready to use in your MuleSoft project. So let's see if it's true. I'm gonna copy it, and I already have my RAML specification open so I can compare them. So in this I have to-dos, get post, to-dos ID, get boot, delete. And then I have here another one with the OAS. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this. And I can see that I have my to-dos, get post, to-dos ID, get boot, delete. So it looks like it has everything that the other one has. To-dos get has 4 query parameters, which are the same that I have in the other one. Then we have the post to create a to-do. And then we have to-dos ID. So we get a to-do, we update a to-do, and we delete a to-do. So pretty much it is taking the same specification that I had in RAML and just putting it out in OAS. So we have a check on that. That really worked. And now let's try to actually create a new specification from scratch. Create an API to manage a list of to-do items. Each to-do has the following fields: ID, unique identifier, title, the title or description, checked, if the task is completed, due date, the due date of the task. When it retrieves a list of to-do items, it should support optional query parameters for filtering, like title contains is checked from date to date. Of course, I am giving it like a ton of information right now because I want to make a test with it first. Let's see what happens. And this is what it generated. And it has pretty much the same structure that it had before. I swear I changed it. It has the API v1. So it does look a little bit different because it has some different things. Like, for example, it has a 404 description, like the item not found, which I didn't have before. So it did add a few more things to it. And also, if you take a look here at the schema, it changed the name to do item. It didn't used to be called like that. And we have the to-do item and the to-do item create and the to-do item update. So we have 3 different items, which makes a lot of sense because they're different things. Now let's give it less technical information to see if it can still create something. Okay, so I did go to ChatGPT to generate this whole thing, but here we go. So it's pretty much just like paragraph explaining what it does. It updates tasks, it adds tasks, it deletes tasks, and it says the summary. My to-do API is a simple digital system designed to help people manage their tasks and to-do lists. It allows users to keep track of tasks, whether they're personal goals, work assignments, or daily reminders. The system lets users create new tasks, view their list of tasks, update them, and remove them. So let's try with this whole thing and see if it works. So it will ask me for a few of clarifying questions. So if it is gonna ask some questions to generate a better spec, let me see if I give it even less detail to see what questions it will ask me. So something really simple: generate an API spec to manage to-do tasks. And yes, now it is asking me the things. So number 1, do you prefer the specification in YAML or JSON? YAML. Number 2, what operations do you want to support? All CRUD operations. Again, I'm trying to give it like as less detail as possible to see what it comes up with. What fields should a to-do task have? And it's giving me ID, title, description, due date, and status. So let's just take that and put that. And I didn't answer 4 and 5 because, I don't know, like whatever it wants to make. So let's take this code and check it out. Oh, this is awesome. We still end up with tasks, get post, and then task ID, get put delete. That makes me feel better with myself because like the API that I designed first had like the 5 methods. So the fact that Curie keeps creating the same 5 methods makes me feel better. So we have tasks in get all tasks. Yeah, this is an array of items of task. And we have post to create a task. So it will send a task input and it would return a task. Then we have task ID. So to get, it will be getting a task. For put, to update a task by ID, you send a task input and you receive a task. Then for delete, you simply send the task by ID. And now if we take a look at the schemas, we have the object task. We have ID, title, description, due date, and status. Oh, this is even better than mine. And we can see which ones are required, which is ID, title, and status. Description and due date are not required. Yeah. And finally, we have the task input. So we have title, description, due date, and status, which is exactly the same thing as before, except the ID, which again makes a lot of sense. Because when you are going to create a task, you don't really need the ID because you don't have an ID. Like you want the backend to create the ID for you. So this makes a lot of sense. Well, this is perfect. It created exactly what I wanted and like even better from what I had at the beginning. So this is awesome. I am going to use this so often because I don't know. I have like before I was trying to do everything with the UI. So if you don't know the UI, you come here, create a new API spec, guide me through it. And then you have this nice UI where you can just like press buttons and configure stuff and you will get either the RAML or the OpenAPI spec, depending on what you want. So I used to use that because I like having a UI. Then AI came and I started using ChatGPT to tell it to generate stuff for me. But I would have to like go back and forth to check on the API designer to make sure that it is actually a running RAML specification. So it was pretty annoying, to be honest. But now, like, I gave the same amount of detail that I would give ChatGPT, and it generated it so quickly. And I like that it doesn't assume what you want as opposed to ChatGPT. So it is asking you for some questions on what you want exactly. And for example, like I didn't answer all of them. I didn't answer number 4 or number 5 because it didn't really matter to me at this point. I just wanted to see the specification. So that's why I answered with just those 3 numbers. And it was able to generate the whole specification for me. So if I want to keep adjusting stuff, I can just keep talking to it and it will just keep sending me more and more specifications. And because you have this handy button at the top, you can just copy this and put it in your API designer. You don't have to like drag everything and do like something like this. Like, no, you just have the copy button. So pretty handy. And also, as we saw in the first task that we did, we can also just use this to like translate from RAML to OAS or the other way around, which is really cool too. 10 out of 10 again. Awesome product. Awesome new agent. I love Curie. All right, that is all for this video. Tell me which of these agents have you used? Do you want to use? Or tell me like if I should try any other agent from this list. Please let me know. I am more than happy to try them out for you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!